We're gonna give you the ultimate leg workout for basketball players, and we're gonna start right now. Okay, so first, I wanna go over all the things that we're gonna be giving you in this video, okay? So we're gonna give you a warm-up. We're gonna give you the actual leg workout, which I'm already falling off my PVC pipe, which is what you should be using to warm up and loosen up those feet so you have stronger feet, and it will help get rid of some of that plantar fasciitis. Ooh, that feels nice and good. So we're gonna give you a warm-up. We're gonna give you the leg workout. We're also gonna talk about what you guys can do with your endurance-based training. Okay, so then we're gonna give you this split. What's the day-by-day training that you should be doing? Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, how's that gonna be factored in? Even we're gonna give you, should you be focusing on more jumps? Should you be focusing on more speed? Maybe more endurance work? And then finally, we're gonna let you know where you guys can go to find this program specifically so that you can become a better basketball player. Now, the first exercise in the warm-up is the PVC pipe. So we're gonna do this for 10 to 15 meters. This feels so good because I actually ran 10 miles yesterday, so I'm a little fatigued. That's the first exercise. The second one we're gonna get into, I wanna get into on peak strength, we have trunk rotations, and then we have split squats that are banded. And I like doing split squats here, where there's just a little more tension at the top, and I've gotta squeeze that glute, come through, and this is a perfect freaking warm up. I love this feeling right there. We're gonna switch feet in our warm-ups, okay? Typically, I recommend doing 2 to 3 sets of everything. You go here, come back up. Here, come back up. Here, come back up one more. Now, we have trunk rotations in that warm-up. I'm gonna show you guys one of my favorite things that I'm doing right now, where I'm gonna go here and just do some trunk rotations with a nice little hop. And in a sport like basketball, where you need to have that trunk control and you need to be dynamic, and you might be running and taking a pass, trunk rotations with that little hop is gonna be beneficial. I'm gonna grab a pad here, and we're gonna do a little skater squat. So basketball players, you guys are taller. We wanna do a lot of stuff unilateral. We're gonna do a lot of stuff bilateral. Further out from training or further out from the season, we might do heavier bilateral stuff, which we're gonna show you a really unique squat later on in the video that you guys can use. But we also wanna do some really good unilateral stuff, okay? So this here is part of the warm-up. You can go nice and controlled down, and then first set, you can cheat, push from that back leg, come back up. Control down, cheat, push, back up. So if you look at my back foot, see how I'm putting it down, driving back up. Okay, I'm going eccentric, 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 foot down, back up. Now, second set, we're gonna come through here and we're gonna hit this, boom, up, boom, up, boom, up. Okay, so we can actually use, first set again, I'll demonstrate here, little cheat, come up. So doing the controlled eccentric sort of like wakes you up a little more, helps your knee joint be a little more stable. You can actually see the wobble in my ankle and in my knee as I go down, okay? And then as your body starts to be a little bit more aware, okay? I'll show you now, I won't put that foot down. Ooh, ooh, ooh. You start to get more stability. Okay, that's a good warm up. Now, let's get into the split quickly. I wanna go 3-day split for most basketball players. Typically a lower body day, an upper body day that you're gonna do some contrast stuff. Okay, so we'll have some upper body work. And then when we do our assessments on site, what we do is we'll look at an athlete and we'll go through the assessments and we'll see if their speed, like shuttles, okay, 10s. If their speed is good, we wanna focus more on plyometrics like jumps, okay, if their vertical jump isn't that good. If their vertical jump is really good, but their cutting and shuttles and their 10 isn't good, well then we're gonna focus more on speed, okay? And when we talk with Dustin Day, who's a sports performance coach at Wake Forest for the women's basketball team, he also brought up endurance training. I recommend, based off of what he talked about, doing things like rower, the assault bike, even the ski erg, things like that that are not running base. You can still run like, let's say a time mile or 400 meter repeats. But with basketball players, you guys tend to be a little bit bigger, okay? So it's a little bit healthier on your joints to get on the rower, get on the assault bike. That's a great way to set up that training split. Now we're gonna get into the rest of this ultimate leg strength workout. Okay, so the first exercise from Peak Strength, which is our strength training app, and we're using this for basketball training, we're gonna be using a 2-box power snatch. Now, if you don't know how to snatch, I'm gonna give you a little quick progression, but also you have a replacement that you can do. You can just do something simple like box jumps. Okay, so let's say you wanna do, with box jumps, we would give you 4 sets of 3. You hit a certain height that you want to land with your hips above your knees. You can replace the power snatch with the box jumps. That's perfectly fine. Now, I would recommend, based off my conversations with Al Verneal, Mike Gatone, they used to be the strength coaches for the Chicago Bulls when they won 6 world titles. They would use power snatches and hang snatches and 2-box snatches a lot because basketball players tend to be taller. So you could do something like this. I'll start with a muscle snatch to keep this easy. You can start with a barbell. Okay, we'll get here, boom, nice and easy. Ooh, that was a power snatch, sorry. Boom, turn over, nice and fast. Oh, that feels good on my shoulders. Okay, so we're doing 4 sets. We're trying to set everything in line, get the rhythm rolling, start to feel good, explosive, nice and strong. Okay, so we're gonna do 2 doubles, 2 sets of 4. That was my first set. I'm gonna put a little bit of weight on and I'm gonna show you the power snatch. So we'll go here, go to 70 kilos. One big factor too, that's cool about Peak Strength is that if we're looking at basketball, you guys don't need to be power snatching 130 kilos like let's say a shot putter could. You guys can just work 70, 80, 90K, move it fast, okay? Move weight fast. That's gonna help with that trunk control. It's also gonna help you react quicker. It's gonna help you jump higher. Okay, so now we're on that 2-box position. I like 2 boxes a lot. It's a shorter range of motion. So we have to move the weight a lot faster, which means our impulse, faster in a shorter range of motion, which means our impulse expression will be higher. So we're here. Double. Let's rest like 2 minutes and then we'll come back for that next set. So we got another double. We're at 80 kilos. I'm a little nervous about this actually. Here, I'm gonna hit this for 2. Oh, why am I so slow? 80 kilos is heavy. Hit that for 2. Now we're gonna do a drop set. We're gonna go sets of 4 because we want repetitive movement fast. So we did the 2 sets up at 80. Well, we went up to 80, we did double. Now we're going back down to 70. We're hitting this for a set of 4, okay? After this, we move to the strengthening portion of the workout. When we look at exercises, okay, and we're trying to program for our athletes, the biggest thing that I think through is that we've got 7 exercise types: technical coordination, back squat, or absolute strength. And then we're looking at things like hypertrophy exercise, dynamic trunk control, speed, endurance, all those movements. Those are 7 types of movements that we sort of have as umbrellas. This is a technical coordination exercise. Following this, we'll get into that max strength exercise. Okay, so we're gonna go here for 7, or geez, I just said 7, it's 4. I'm not doing 7. Oh, that felt good, that felt better. Now we're gonna get into that leg strengthening portion. We did some good movement here, moving fast. It's gonna help you jump higher, be more explosive. Now let's build some stability and strength in those quads, knees, hamstrings. The highest reps that I would program snatch or clean would be 5. And the only time I would do that typically would be much further out from a peak, further out from season. So that goes into, we break down the year in season, well, pre-season, preparation, pre-season, in season. That's how we break up our year. And then we periodize off of that. Preparation would be when you would hit sets of 4 or 5. So I mentioned earlier, Dustin Daly, who is the sports performance coach with Wake Forest women's basketball program, he actually purchased a couple of our single leg rollers to use for this tall athletes, which is available at garagestrength.com. And that's actually the exercise in the next part of the workout. So we're gonna go here, boom, 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 boom. Okay, we wanna hit 4 to 5 on each leg. Boom, 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 boom. And if you remember, back to the beginning of this workout, okay, we talked about this and we actually said, okay, you're gonna get the splits, you're gonna get the warm-ups, you're gonna get how we break down and do endurance stuff, how we do all these different things. This exercise is the premier leg strengthening movement for basketball players. The reason being, I think it's a little bit harder to do full range of motion squats with taller individuals, volleyball, basketball players. But one of the best parts about the single leg roller is that where this is that most tall individuals, their tibia length is still relatively similar in length to an individual who's, let's say, 5'10" to 6 feet tall. So you could be 6'6". That tibia length is in relatively a decent spot to still light up that posterior chain when you're hitting that single leg squat. We've also found on site here that out of the individuals that can single leg squat over 300 pounds, now I'm not saying that you're gonna do that overnight, it's gonna take you about a year to get to that point if you're a male. If you're a male and you can single leg squat over 300 pounds, 91% of those individuals can have a 30+ inch vertical leap. And these are our high school kids. So I really, really like to use the single leg squat for basketball players. One, because it has a very specific range of motion. Two, it helps trunk control. Three, it lights up their posterior chain. Now, one of the best parts about Peak Strength, which is the strength training app that we're using, this is our app that we designed for our on-site athletes, is that we have exercise replacement. So we're gonna show you a really, really cool freaking movement that you can use as an exercise replacement that's inside of Peak Strength. So we've designed Peak Strength to help you guys work through your in-season portion of training, to go from in-season to post-season so that you peak at the right time, and even so that you can prepare throughout the entire year. And this is all based off of our own strategy and our own implementation here at Garage Strength. So click that first link in the description. You can head over to peakstrength.app, the Google Play Store, or the Apple iOS Store, and make sure that you select that you want to train for basketball. Now, let's show you that second movement, which is actually going to be the accessory to this, and then we're going to give you that exercise replacement. So this exercise, another great one. This is great for the lower back, for the hip, posterior chain, good eccentric there. Okay, so we're doing dumbbell, single leg RDLs, nice and long, come through here. Oh, ooh, let's do our other leg. And one thing I want to bring up when we're doing these movements, we typically superset these together, okay? The other thing I wanted to talk about is that as a basketball player, you need to have endurance, right? I would recommend something like today. I did this before the video. I did about 34 minutes. That was a bad rep. I did about 34 minutes on the rower, okay? Trying to stay around a 150, 500 meter row. So as a taller dude, you basketball players or women out there, get on the rower, do about 30 minutes. It's gonna help with your actual endurance. And then you can rest for about 15 to 20 minutes and get ready and try to hit some of your strength work. Now, a lot of you guys might comment and be like, well, we read the paper where you should do endurance work after a leg lift. It depends on your schedule, okay? If it's better to fit into your schedule before training, then do it before. If it's better for you to do your leg lift and then do it after training, do it after. That's perfectly fine. Now, we talked about that exercise replacement. We're gonna come over here and see if I can get everything out of the way. This is the exercise replacement that we talked about. This is an exercise here that is freaking awesome when you're starting to peak. Let's say if you're trying to light up for a vertical jump test, for volleyball, anything like that. So earlier in the video, we talked about how we break up that training. We have preparation, then we have preseason, then we have in-season. This would be something that we would do closer to preseason / in-season. Okay, so we build everybody's strength during prep periods. They do more full range of motion stuff. They might be doing front squats, squats to box, single leg squats. Then we get on command here, we get in position, and somebody could say, go, and you're up fast. Come down, go, up, go, up, go, up, okay? So it's almost like right above 90 degrees, a little below for that 45-degree angle. Cool part here, you can also load it pretty heavy. So we could put like 315 on, try and smash this. And this is gonna be an exercise that pairs very, very well with that 2-box power snatch. So this would be the exercise replacement. You're gonna hit 5 sets of the single leg squats with the RDLs. Then we're getting into that last accessory movement. Last big exercise, lower back is huge, posterior chain is huge, Trunk control is huge with basketball players. So if we're looking at this, one exercise I love, reverse hypers. This could be something similar to doing like a glute ham, a back extension on a Roman chair, anything like that that's gonna target your erectors, your glutes, your hammies. Those play a huge role in stability for you to change directions. So reverse hypers, I like to have the cue of pushing through your belly button here, okay, as much as possible. And then you get a little lengthen and then an arch and a lengthen and an arch. So we're getting here, up. Oh, feels so good. Hit this for 3 sets of 17. Okay, so with basketball players, you start off with a really good warm up. You make sure that you're focusing on your speed, your vertical jump work, your jumps work, your endurance work. Further out from the season, focus on exercises that are gonna get you really, really explosive and really, really fast. We built through that 2-box power snatch. You can replace that with box jumps if you want. Okay, then following that, you can do single leg squats. We also showed you the squats on command. Squats on command are freaking awesome. You paired that with a single leg RDL. We finished with this reverse hyper. This is an awesome workout that you guys can use if you want to get into this type of system. Click that first link down below in the description. Head over to peakstrength.app, the Google Play Store, or the Apple iOS Store. If you guys like content like this, watch one of our old, sweet basketball videos because remember, freaks, if you want to become a champion, you've always got to cultivate your power. Peace.